Hi, I'm Elaine Boddy, and this is my Podbite, sister podcast to the Foodbod Pod. And we are back in my kitchen. I am faced with a couple of bowls of dough again. I thought I would chat to you whilst I prep them. I had some coconut water in my fridge that needed to be used. So I went back to one of the recipes in my first book, which had got coconut milk in it, and used that as my inspiration. So in the dough in front of me, I have got 250 grams of wholemeal or whole wheat flour, 250 grams of all-purpose flour. I have got 350 grams of coconut water, and this is the water, so it's just like the same thinness as tap water, and 50 grams of honey. And this has only got 20 grams of starter in it because it was warm overnight. I'm going to pull this. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's a really lovely dough. I'm going to pull this into shape to go into a sandwich loaf tin, which I've already lined. That's my liner that I've already cut. So whilst I do this, I wanted to talk about what's coming up this month. So it's August 2024, in case you're listening at a different time. And this month, we are all about pizzas. Yes, I know that's not what I'm doing right this second, but that's what's coming. So our next full-length podcast will be on the 16th of August. And we are being joined again by Scott Deley. So Scott was with us last year. He is a pizza superstar. He also wrote a book with the same publisher as me, the Ooni Pizza Project. And he is coming this time to my kitchen and my garden with his Ooni oven. There's one dough done and into its tin. He's coming and bringing his Ooni to my garden and giving me a lesson. So last year on the podcast, we went to Scott's house and we were in Scott's kitchen and garden. We got to see Scott's brilliant pizza shed and to watch him make pizzas and listen to all of his tips. Whereas this time, he's coming to my kitchen and giving me a lesson. So he is going to be showing me how he shapes his pizza dough again, but this time as a lesson, and then giving me my first ever go with cooking in an Ooni pizza oven. So it's very cool. It was a huge amount of fun. And yes, I'm used to handling dough, I'm used to shaping dough, but this was quite different. So we used Cotswold flour, pizza flour, and that has got some dough improver in it. And the dough improver basically is vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid. And what that does is it produces a dough that's very stretchy, so that when you are working with the dough, you can create those really stretched, thin pizza bases. So that's the aim of the improver in the flour. They call it a flour conditioner on the packet, but the aim is to be able to give you a dough that you can easily work with and stretch and pull. And it was quite different because typically for me, if I was going to shape sourdough, I would put it into the fridge to firm up, to make it easier to work with. Whereas on this occasion, we had it out of the fridge. So Scott's advice is actually to have it out of the fridge. So the dough I made it about 3 days in advance. So he likes to make a dough early and have it sitting for a while. Because it was hot, I only used a very small amount of starter. So I proved it and then shaped the dough into balls and had them sitting in the fridge for a couple of days and then took them out on the day to be able to work with. I also made them a slightly lower hydration. So I would typically use 350 grams of water in my master recipe, which makes it 70% hydration. And I took it down and I did one set that was 60%, which would make it 300 grams of water, and one set that was 325, which would make it 65%. And actually the 60% one makes it a lot easier to work with. And you still get that lovely holy crust and all of your sourdough requirements. But it was good fun, actually. It was really good fun to work with the dough and put it on your knuckles and move it around. And yeah, it was really good fun. So I hope that you will listen and watch. We did our usual and we took lots of video. Bob was very interested, my dog, at having all of this going on in the garden, and this, you'll see in the video, this nose appearing on a regular basis. So I hope you will listen and join us and feel inspired. If you do make any pizzas as a result, please do make sure that you tag me so I can see what you're making. And there's different options in this. Scott has made a yeasted dough following his own recipes, whereas I'm using sourdough so that we could compare. We could see what the difference in flavors are like, the difference in textures and crusts and all of that. So yeah, it's really good fun. It was good fun. I think for me, as somebody that handles dough on a regular basis, I probably didn't find it as scary as someone else might with picking up the dough. But I wholly encourage you to give it a go. And I didn't put my fingers through it or my nails through it, which was a great relief. And it all got eaten. You know, it's never going to go to waste. But the dough was quite impressive. I've been playing around with it recently, and I made some pizza dough just to see how long it would stretch and last. And I had it in the fridge for 5 days, and it was absolutely fine when I came to work with it. So there's going to be lots coming out about this. Keep an eye on my social media because I'll be talking about the experience and how I made the dough there, using that pizza flour to make pizzas, but also in other things, as I talked about previously. You know, it doesn't have to just be used for pizza. It's not just a case of whatever it says on the pack. It also makes really great bread. So I'll be sharing that as well. So I hope you will join us. Not too much activity in my kitchen this morning. It's first thing on a Monday morning, but I wanted to say hello and tee you up so that you know what's coming. We've also had Sophie Carey in my kitchen recently for an upcoming episode, baking some really lovely stuff with us and sharing some brilliant baking tips. So that's all coming. For now, I will say cheerio. Just a little short hello from me. I hope you're all having a wonderful summer if you're listening to this at that time. Do join us on the 16th of August, or just go and look up our pizza episodes and enjoy it. Scott's brilliant. I really hope you enjoy it. So thank you for listening to my brief little pod bite today. We are the Foodbod Pod. Come and find us. We've got so many past episodes that are all there that can still be listened to. There might be some reminders in there of recipes that you heard us talk about that you meant to go back to. So do go and have a listen and a look. And you can find more information on our Foodbod Pod website, but also on YouTube. And for now, enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are and wherever you're listening. I've been Elaine Boddy, and this is my Podbite.